Hey people, Curator here. So we are back with another magazine to look at. Today is Good Housekeeping, and this is in the year of 1936 in the month of February. So I want to give a heads up. You'll be noticing for most magazines I cover that have a black and white cover, obviously here. For example, this one is that I will have for the thumbnail be an AI colored version of the same exact cover as you see here. Now, I know there's some people that will be against this. It's the whole ethics about it and stuff. I just want people to see this and be like, oh wow, this is nice and colorful. But then you see the actual thing here because like it's not very appealing. It's just black and white. You can't really see what's going on in that like little thumbnail. With something more colorful, feels more eye catching. Yeah, but let's just hop right in here. So actually, before I get any further, is how I'll be doing this is obviously I'll be looking at each thing, just as before. I'll be reading a few things here and there, and beyond that, I'm going to do some more critiques and maybe some questionable things will be said, but that's how I tend to do this. So let's stop rambling and top in here. Let's zoom in a little bit because it's kind of hard to see sometimes. A wonderful value is what you'll say whatever price you wish to pay. Oh, if only that was like that in real life. Or modern day to say 29 cents, 39 cents, 49 cents, 59, 79, a dollar 50. Ooh, can't get that anymore, buddy. For that cheap? Not here, at very least. These are lucky times for any family that might be needing some smart, fresh, useful new towels. Because style and quality are high while prices are low. Even at 29 cents each, you can find soft Canon towels of pleasing pattern and lovely color towels with an astonishing capacity for service. And at $1.50, you will find the top of the times in lavish luxury and fine design towels worth far more than any cost. Worth more than they cost. When you buy a Canon towel, you buy a bargain. Doesn't matter what you spend, you get full money's worth and more. Canon makes more than half of all the towels in this country, bringing costs down and providing an overplus of quality. Okay, they I don't know anything about Canon towels. Are they still a thing? Oh, they are actually still around even today. They're part of the Iconox brand group. Interesting, interesting. Let's zoom out a little bit here because it's kind of bigger here. I cannot actually. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. I can't read cursive too well. A moment of magic. Okay, I get it now. So the whole pink toothbrush thing, I believe I've gone over this a few times already, is that it's bleeding gums. At least that's what I understand what it is. So let's take a look. Here we have our coverage and our contents. Governor Morris. Okay, these are just people who the authors who created these lovely tidbits here. I will be reading a special article, 5 books I want to reread, and perhaps seeing out. I don't want to be here forever and just read constantly, but it's kind of important to read this stuff. So just make sure I remember what I'm going to be reading here. It's special articles, seeing out, and 5 books I want to read, page 10 and page 13 respectively. But beyond that, we can just have fun. That show Listerine users catch fewer colds than non-users. Um, okay. Clinical experiments on actual people show value of antiseptic treatment in controlling colds. Okay, I'm gonna be upfront here. Is that Listerine cannot cure a cold, but they can provide relief to a cold. Or rather a sore throat, if you will. I don't know anything about the cold part, but sore throats, yes, it can provide relief, but it does not, halt the progression of a sore throat or anything. It just provides a temporary relief. That's about it. If you or any member of your family is troubled with colds, read the following carefully. It suggests a remedy that may help you as it has helped others. In the winters of 1930 to 31, in 31 to 32, and 34, medical supervisors selected large numbers of people and divided them into 2 groups. One group gargled with Listerine, the other did not. And at the end of each winter, the number of colds contracted by each group was compared. This comforting words. This comforting result was noted: fewer colds and sore throat. In a majority of the tests, that those who gargle Listerine twice a day are oftener caught fewer colds than non-garglers. Okay. The cold things, I have no clue if Listerine helps with that, but sore throats, I am very aware it does help. So, who wants war? Nobody. There's a whole song about it. At 100 years, radio gives Romeo and Juliet. I really like this, these new weird devices, which is not weird or new to us, mind you, are just, giving us some of the greatest things we ever had in our histories. Very, very intriguing. So, the style of the month, the car of the year, a matchless combination. Ah, the Pontiac. Do they make Pontiacs anymore? I don't think so. Yeah, no, they don't. And if they do, they're yeah, they're not really doing it in mass as they used to. So, bandage arms, you see them at their typewriters, filing cabinets, telephones, aiding machines, or excuse me, adding machines. Girls with bandaged arms. Day after day, a bandage in a fresh spot beneath those bandages, gauze soaked with soap. If a soap irritates the skin, a mark appears. A simple test, truly, but an important safeguard of the health and beauty of American women. You see, good housekeeping proves before it approves. That is why good housekeeping has earned the faith of its readers. I perhaps should be reading it a bit slower instead of rushing ahead. Okay. The most helpful handbook on home decoration. It's free, guys. You think we can still buy this, or call it up and get a free free decoration book? Uh, okay, here we go. It's something I have to actually read now. Yay. Instead of just being voluntary. We have been told that of every 100 books readers, 65 are women. We don't wish to decrease the number of women readers, but the statistics will sound better if a lot of men take to reading books. To encourage them, we give here the 1935 choices of one of New York City's best known book reviewers. I think something that has not changed much is that it compares to reading, that women are just reading more even now compared to men. I don't know the exact numbers or if this number has actually changed drastically, but it. I also feel like it's a bit more realistic and understanding as to why women are reading a lot more in this time frame is that they're not really going out; they're more at home. The war hasn't happened yet, so women aren't working like that, and if at all, really. Um, let's read over here. Okay, that's weird. If you come to ask me what 5 books of 935 would you like to reread, I shall have to reply, wait a moment. For even though 1 or 2 titles would be on the tip of my tongue, I could not reply without first summoning up a mental picture of the book parade as it passes my desk every day of the year, including holidays. And besides, I should have to squelch once for all that somber little man in a black frock coat, my schoolmaster, who ups and says, are you going to read for duty or for enjoyment? I answer that the 5 books I mean to reread will be pure enjoyment. Samuel Jackson once told Boswell that a man should read whatever his immediate inclination prompts him to. I'm inclined to turn once more to books that have already given me such a good times. One of the first will be Clarence Day's Life with Father. That's a good book. That's actually a really good book. I read it back in high school. Okay, I don't know how much of Clarence Day's father is in this yarn spinning. Maybe Clarence just drew a long bow. It went far beside the mark, but I know that in making his father a lovable human being, he put something of everybody's father into the portrait, giving us a picture of a father that every household enjoys. I wish I could relate, buddy. We have precious little humor these days. Just wisecracks, obvious puns, and sometimes bitter irony that impales the victim. The elder Mr. Day will never suffer from his son's gentle portraiture. And then I enjoy the book because I am just old enough to remember the horses and carriages and gas. gaslit parlor lamps. And when my father left for the World's Fair in Chicago, I stayed home and made curious noises on the violin. As for that ride on the train across half the continent, don't we all remember a trip somewhere just as crazy and as irritating as that one? Oh man, there's a trip I loved as a child, but man, looking back at it, it was such a pain in the ass. So me and my brother, we went to Front Royal, Virginia. It was a whole trip, man. It was like 6 hours from where we were driving. Because we were way further north, and Virginia's in the south. It was a whole thing. It was fun though. We got to eat some pretty damn good food. The locals were nice, but I have derailed. Then I know that I shall want to read again. And Anne Morrow Lindbergh's book North to the Orient. That's another book I know of. I just never read that book. If ever I can lay my hands on a book when the house is still, when no one comes and goes in the upstairs hall, and all lights are out save for those of the lamp by which I read, will this day come? It seems far removed, for there are always eager readers in line for my copy. Suppose I say truthfully I can't lend it. I might want to pick it up sometime. I can see the unspoken rebuke in the eyes of a friend, but you have so many other books to read. A new book every day in the year. You won't miss this. I can relate to that. Not with the book part. There are some things I have where I'm like, I can really give it to you. I have so many other things I could do. A new book, yes, but who of all the writers that have been described hazardous voyages in the air across the white wastes of the Arctic Circle and along the dangerous reefs of the Oriental seas has ever described so honestly the sensations of a woman's heart? I was losing the sky. I did not want to let go until I could grasp something below. Down, down, the sky was gone. The sea, hold on to the sea. That little patch of blue, oh, the sea was gone too. We were blind and still going down. Oh, God, we'll hit the mountain. Away with fear. Like we have been told that every 100 book. Okay. The ring pain swept over me, shriveled to the blackened ashes. The meaningless words of courage, pride, control. You will always remember it as I do, the account of that startling passage to Burton Bay, in which a woman struggles to keep her composure and her spirits in this spite of fog, of great cliffs, of churning sea swells, of seaweed on the rudders, while she watches the tense face of the man at the controls, the man who had confidence in her when he made her the crew, and who said, "Speak up now, Anne." She could say to herself during that ride, "Think of the airmail pilots doing this every night." Okay, that is a lot. I'm gonna take a little sip of water. That was a lot of it there. Okay, so to these books, I add one that has given me much to think about: Seven Pillars of Wisdom by T.E. Lawrence. I have never heard of this one. I met Colonel Lawrence, or Cole Lawrence, in Paris. His strong jaw firmly locked, his clear eyes taking everything in. He was moving amid the gold-painted furniture and red plush hangings of a Paris salon. But in this book, he is among the nomadic Arabs and get closer to them than any outsider before or since. From him I learn what moves these restless, friendly, and yet barbaric children, oh my, of the sandy wastes, and from him I learn also that no man can put himself into the skin of an alien people. Okay, that's, as again, this is 1936, different times, different people. I read this book more for the understanding of Arab life and the personal revelation of the author Venfort's history of the Arab revolt against the Turks. Autobiography speaks much more directly to us than other books because it sometimes reflects our own feelings and doubts. That is why I found Vincent Sheen's personal history welcome. I must read this again because I too grope around among the confused beliefs of this world. That's a weird way of saying it. Hoping that mankind may find security without injustice. Vincent Sheen, moving across America, Spain, and the Rif, the Holy Land of China and Russia, records the adventures of a young man in a troubled world. Finally, the Lees of Virginia, by Burton J. Hendrick. This book does not display that fine original work. R.E. Lee by Douglas Southall Freeman, which we shall be reading for years to come. But it does give me succinct and exciting history of the Lees who took part in American history. Richard Henry Lee, Arthur Lee, Robert E. Lee, and the rest. And because I enjoy American history, Virginia, and the way fate treats a family, I am sure to dip this book again and again. Yeah, that's a group of people we in the modern day don't have too much respect for. They are often not talked about outside of a certain section of history, which is the Confederacy and the Confederate War that we had. But their history is important, and it's great that we do have a whole book based around just them. I imagine the family is still around today because they were a big name back in the day, weren't they? But going over here. So we have finished that bit of reading, which is great. So let us go further down. Schools and colleges. Okay, back then, I imagine this was like a whole big thing where you put a bunch of different schools and shit. I'm like, do we even do that still? I have not read a magazine since I was like 10, like full on, like in person and not on like a computer. Oh, that's a missing page. Oh, damn it. That's fine. Let's check the recording. About 16 minutes in. I think, we gay as a June day. Is that like happy? Or because like gay also means happy. So it means that. But let's skip ahead a little bit before we call it quitsies here. Or at least for today. Okay, these are designs of the clothing. This is rough. What the fuck? It's like as stiff as a damn board. Oh my. These are quite dark. Like dark and as I can rarely see their pagan faces, whether it's like a real person or not. The Woolen Tree. Pa gets an idea and Ma and the alphabet help him work it out. By Rebecca Hooper Eastman. Okay, since that one thing was gone, and I don't really feel like reading much more because that took a lot out of me. But I think this has been a very interesting episode. This is my again first solo magazine, and I think I did better than the actual other stuff I've done thus far, which is great. Because otherwise that would have been a tough time. But I enjoyed this. Look out for more content. Friday you'll be getting another video, either the Legend Lens or the visual novel video. I've not decided on which. Either one works. Doesn't really matter. But I'll see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe for more, and see ya.